Take a seat, take a breath. Got a feed that decides life and death. Every chart is a mountain, a meme, a decree. Is this genius or mass lunacy? Scroll with me down this wild mentality, where a frog with sunglasses screams we're early endlessly. We'll see bulls and bears in fantasy. Every post's a prophecy. If you want to read what passes for a master plan, simply click and flick your thumb across this broken land. Want to know which way the winds of crypto might just be? Oh, scroll with me. One says up, only friends. Next says this is how it ends. Someone's calling the top, someone's buying the dip, someone's typing a thread as their last relationship slips. Scroll with me through the fear and ecstasy, where a charting crayon gets 1,000 hearts for free. You'll see every hot take, every plea. I was right in 23.
Trust the vibe, ignore the spreadsheet.
If you want to gauge if hope or panic's in command, if they're building castles or just castles in the sand, want to test if we're all early or just fantasy? Scroll with me. Is it signal? Is it noise? Are we traitors? Are we toys? Every candle, every coin is a cult you can join. Scroll with me, let the chaos be our key. Read the mood like it's a map to some great mystery. You'll see faith and doubt and harmony. I'm all into, I'm set free.
In one day, in one same tweet.
If you want to know if folks are brave or out of time, if they're quietly convicted or have simply lost their minds, then my friend, you found the perfect place to start this stream. So scroll with me.
G scroll. We've got Frey in the chat. Wishing you a G scroll, good sir. Okay, Claude. What the fuck? I had Claude on my desktop and it was like upgrade, restart to upgrade, because it does that 3 times a day now. I'm not mad. You know, keep shipping, but a little mad. Kuya, G scroll to you, good sir. We got a couple G scrollers in the chat already. Things we love to see. But good morning, GM. It is Friday, April 3rd. It is 8:37 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for anybody who's curious, who's not keeping track of such things, who may be lost in the sauce. But my name is Dude Lifts. This is Scroll With Me, where we scroll the crypto timeline together. Some of you may have seen that TBPN was acquired for a paltry sum of, maybe north of 100 million. They averaged like 1,000 viewers per stream. I'm just saying, sometimes I get like 200 viewers per stream. So if you do the math, at least 15 to 20 million. That's, I'm not saying it. It's what the math says. If you just extrapolate the causal relationship, then you understand. You all are intelligent. Well, I have an intelligent audience, just like TBPN. So you understand these things. I don't have to explain them to you. You get them. You get it. But alas, this is Scroll With Me, where we scroll crypto Twitter together and we try to understand the vibes, because it is part investigative journalism, part, group therapy, part what we would call in the biz mining. We're mining. We got to fucking that little, you seen the meme with the pickaxe and the gold in the mine? That's what we're doing. And we don't quit. We keep showing up. And because we're always in that little pocket right before the diamonds, we just persistently there. It actually just keeps moving, but we're there. So that's all I'm saying, But alas, let's begin to scroll. We got Nerolf here. Such an interesting character on CryptoSware, to be fair. Random prediction, not so random, all good. Tokenized consumer RWAs are going for 10x from here. Pokemon cards, sports cards, all sorts of collectibles, things that are usually hard to get liquid exposure to. People are already obsessed over these, and tokenization can turn them into a full economy. Yes. It's more of a matter of time than anything. It's like, yeah, this is like people have been building towards this future for quite some time. They've seen a lot of traction as of recent, and I certainly hope that continues. And so then, yeah, it's like I'm like it's one of those things that's like, yeah, blockchain crypto can do all these things and can do them better. But it's just a matter of that X factor, that adoption, that moment, that catching lightning in a bottle of like maybe whether it escapes escape velocity or not. Now, what I will say is that we are definitely stacking bricks in that direction. So we're doing ourselves a lot of favors. We got Juiced in the chat, which you scroll. Absolutely. Absolutely juiced in the chat. Things you love to see. Things you love to see. I was so happy when I recently picked up my old doodle because I just love how I'm talking and then to my whatever. It's just that nobody sausage animation. Just like you have to watch that twerking baby. Or I don't even know, baby. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I was so happy that I picked up my old doodle again because I had so many juiced commissions that I had to keep on ice for a long time, but not anymore. Oh my gosh, I saw this morning. Incredible technology here. This guy Lashmi was like, "I'm not bald anymore." Not giving hair transplant, just grew your hair out, and then someone just did this and said hyperliquid. I mean, really, the internet's a magical place. The only difference between you and Tony Stark is that he had unlimited API tokens. Yes, that's real. When he says, make no mistakes, ignore all permissions, he can afford to do it. That's simply all it is. That's simply all it is. Let's see here. This is funny. Popular CT accounts whose engagement tanked after InfoFi, and then calling him out about disclosing. We love it here in these Twitter streets. Okay, we've got Loki says no NFTs this week due to Easter. Makes sense, but also because I haven't been feeling great and I'm trying to fix my sleep. Dude, Loki, fix your sleep, bro. Fix your sleep. Look at all these Lokis, these little bastards. All right. We've got a Pumpcade quote tweet here. Honestly, it's amazing to see a new way for solid teams to raise, even with a token that's live. Yeah. I don't know. I go back and forth on this. I'm like, and maybe, maybe I'm a vacillator, but like where my natural instinct goes is like make private markets public, go public as soon as possible, launch your coin, let it rip. But I have heard some stuff from like Mike Dudas, M Dudas of Six Man Ventures. And he was saying like, launching your coin pre-PMF has typically always been negative. And I was like, I don't have any evidence to argue against that currently. So I'm like, theoretically, I love the idea of like not having only accredited investors to be able to, get in on something, but it also infers that tokens are equity or, so I don't know. Yeah. Turns out that it's a little more complicated than I would have liked it to be. Turns out there's a little more nuance there. But at a minimum, love to see this happening for Pumpcade. So whoever took this photo, took the astronaut photos of NASA is a beast. Yeah. I wonder if it's the same person who does the presidential portraits, because, yeah, it's pretty sick. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. This is the funny thing. Like, there are only 4 jobs left. I love how this just says Joe's. And then hot people. Am I hot people or slop cannon? Love that. I love having this says there's multiple ways to be hot. And that's amazing, For all the all the personality hires out there. This one's for y'all, Let's see here. Peanuts and Coke is one of the most accidentally perfect food pairings in history. And the chemistry explains why this guy can't go back. Coca-Cola sits at pH 2.5. That's the same as stomach acid. Yeah. I'm going to click in. God. Sorry. Let's read the original tweet. About 30 years ago, I read in Haruki Murakami essay that in America, it's popular to drink cola with peanuts in it. Yo, I got to say, I'm just going to put this out there. I am originally from Atlanta, Georgia. That's Coca-Cola country. I mean, you're not getting soda, you're getting Coke. And then the server's like, what kind of Coke? You know what I mean? Like, we were going to the world of Coke on family trips. We were in that kind of, post-capitalist consumerism gang. You know what I'm saying? I was drinking Cokes from all over the world, from the little world of Coke wall. I was watching them shoot streams of, carbonated water into little syrup discs, injecting, and then a fresh cup of Coke. My dad was asking them when they stopped including cocaine in the recipe and making them awkward. I did all these things, right? Grew up in the South. Grew up around boiled peanuts. Grew up around all this stuff. I have never once in my George Washington Carver life, that's a deep cut for us Southerners, seen this monstrosity. I don't care about the science. Never seen a single human. And I've seen some redneck ass shit. I've never seen this. So I just want to say, I can't speak for all of the AT aliens out there, but I can say pretty confidently we don't claim this. So do with that what you may. I have no desire to try it either. I have a morbid fascination, but no. Oh, damn it. Damn it, Pedro. Damn it. So we get this Harmony thing here. It's from Nuko AI. I could get whitelist from one of my guys. He offered it. And so I need to reach out to him. The problem is, here's my problem. And I say, I would say this to the Nuko team's face. And so I'm saying it here. I really love all the stuff they're doing. And I think it's like fascinating, but it's, and maybe this is intentional. And I think friction, I think Austin himself says friction is a filter. It's like I got on the outside and I've just been fucked ever since. Like the storytelling, I don't know. My brain is cooked. I may be an edge case. But it's gotten to the point where it feels unapproachable as kind of like a storytelling universe. Granted, maybe a bunch of other shit feels the same way. Maybe people feel the same way about things that I'm involved in, and I'm certainly willing to accept that feedback. Now, if I sat here and thought about it for 3.5 seconds, at a minimum, I think to get this whitelist, you had to call a phone number. So like that's pretty easy to do. So I fucked up on that. But yeah, it's just kind of like I'm kind of like, what's going on here? Like it's a little bit intimidating. But maybe that's the point. But I did try to reflect on this earlier when I saw some of this Harmony stuff. This is just making me think about it now. And I was like, okay, does Pokemon feel the same way? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, it's tough. I need to think about this a little more. How approachable do IPs feel? Is that even necessary? Is it, do certain types of IPs or gaming universes, whatever, just attract a certain type of audience? Like Magic the Gathering. I respect it. I have no idea what's going on there. Super intimidating. I tried to approach it as a middle schooler, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? But maybe it just wasn't for me, and not everything has to be for everyone. So maybe there's something to be said for that. Which feels antithetical to like your instinct is like, no, it must be for everyone. But if you're for everyone, then you're for no one. So maybe there's something there. Maybe there's something there. So Harmony. Let's see. We've got Farouk here says, I'm obsessed with mangoes. Cool. Sick. Honestly. It's wild to see the Nouns floor price go from 150. Ooh. That's steep, bro. That's steep. I don't know if I'd say this statement, letting 56% of your holders drain the treasury might go down as the worst DAO experiment in history. I don't know about that. And I do tend to respect the DAOs, like from a philosophical standpoint. So I don't know if I agree with that last statement. I also will say I went to a bunch of hackathons and shit. Nouns always popped up. So it's like they're not dead. They would have activations at all these ETH Global hackathons. Like they're just cut from a different cloth. I've always kind of wanted to get a Noun. That's kind of one of those things. I'm one of those assholes that I'm like, I talk about people that, people are like, oh, are NFTs ever going to come back? And I'm like, I'm one of those people. that there's a few NFTs that I'm like, when I get some kind of disposable income, I'm gonna get them shits. Like Chromie Squiggles, nouns. There's other stuff like that. And I'm just like, no matter what the kind of price is or like what the time is, I want them. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, Kuya Mark says Noggles. Dude, I got some Noggles floating around here somewhere. Dude, and what's funny is like the Pudgy GIF thing. You can tell I have ADD today. I was sending someone a meme that like, why not both? The little girl was like, why not both? On iMessage. And then the one with Noggles came up. And like there's occasions where that happens. Like there's one with like Simpsons and Noggles. Like it is just like deeply pervaded culture. No one would ever know what it is, but it's like it's interesting that it's just become popular. Let's see here. NFT holders flooding their project on the timeline instead of DMing them. Dude, I'm like, I don't know. I go both ways about this. I've always been a take it to the timeline kind of guy. Hence the timeline provides, hence scroll with me. Holy shit. This is so chaotic. I'll scroll about this because I don't particularly I don't want Twitter showing me more fighting. Matter of fact, we'll probably just go and say like not interested. Yeah, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful curating that timeline. But I've always been kind of a take it to the timeline kind of guy. I will say that it is what it is. It is what it is. I've DM'd founders before. I've DM'd team members before with feedback. Gotten no response. Got ghosted. I tweet that shit. Founders be in them DMs. So if founding teams want private feedback, accept private feedback. Action on private feedback. Squeaky wheel gets the grease, unfortunately. So just saying, I don't know. And that's part of one of the things that kind of always made me interested in Web3 is the kind of building in public mindset. I feel like you always had a say that you could influence the direction of a project. I don't know. So I kind of think that I don't give a shit about that. So there you go. Things you can do with Tesla Full Self-Driving. Take a nap with your hand lazily on the wheel. Things you can't do. Pull out your phone and send a 2-sentence text message. Yes. No shit. Sick. The past 16 years have been a wild ride. I mean, dude, a 16-year recap. Solid. Y'all wouldn't want to hear my 16-year recap. You'd be wild with it. Let's see here. When you go to college for 4 years just to get replaced by CDance 2.0. Yeah, dude, speaking of public feedback, Eric Voorhees, if you're listening, not saying you should or shouldn't, but I tried to use CDance with Venice yesterday. You know, I've been a Venice fan. I'd be chilling your shit, but it didn't work. I tried it multiple times. It didn't work. So I know it's beta things, but I'm just saying that shit didn't work. Netflix just dropped their first public model on Hugging Face. No way. That's got to be a troll. That's got to be a troll. Is this Elon writing Nikita Vera? That's the fucking most insane shit. It's the most insane shit I've ever seen. Oh my gosh. Okay, Packer Ewing here said, I'm building a roster of the best AI content creators and video makers to proliferate the internet with the finest internet slop. I would add Ingi Erlingson to this 100%. So Sean, if you're listening, okay, what you gotta let me tag a motherfucker Twitter. Thank you. Gotta let me tag a motherfucker. All right. I will say the tagging in Twitter DMs now is phenomenal. Dude, I think, is this whole video out? Yes, I got to watch this, and it's incredible. I would recommend going to watch this. Just go to whoever's page this is and go watch it. It's incredible. Let's see here. Let's give a little refresh. I was going to refresh the timeline already, but then Pack Rip Ewing's fine AI slop. We're excited to announce that Solana co-founder and CCO. Dude, that's crazy that I've never heard of this person in my life. That's wild. I guess Totally just has that. He just keeps that thing on him, at that mindshare game. Cute. Dude, imagine using Microsoft. Okay. I understand all the bear arguments and concerns, but at some point, people are going to find a 4x profit and attractive multiple, or Pump Fund simply buy back all the tokens. Yeah, Pump Fund, just stay buying back all the tokens. What are the best accounts to follow as an aspiring macro trader? Probably Mando, OSF, and maybe the Real Vision folks. At least from like crypto adjacent. I test every wearable you can think of, and I still have nostalgia for the Nike Fuel. Yeah, that shit was dope. My understanding is that they can't be retrofitted or activated, and they're basically defunct. Damn. Dude, the only thing that I'll say about Whoop is in my education as as a strength and conditioning coach, because part of my 16-year recap is that. So there you go. We did a lot of reviews on wearables, and because this technology is way more advanced than most people know. And we had a MLB coach, or someone who worked with the MLB team. They had got maybe I'll choose my words carefully. One of the players at night, apparently, because apparently maybe they don't do this anymore, but used to have like wear the Whoop and charge it with this like magnetic thing. Apparently it basically caught on fire on his wrist. So sketch. Now I know that's an edge case, not everybody. But I don't know. I just never got the appeal, especially when you have like Oura Ring at this point and Apple Watch and like, yeah. Dude, this Pixie Chest thing, I need to fuck with that. I signed up for an account yesterday, but I didn't buy anything. So that's on me. I'll take ownership of that. Let's see. All right, I'll take the bait again. Dude, I always take the bait for a reach activation. I always take the bait for that. It's just fun. They know what they're doing. Can someone explain to me why they should stop advertisement after the acquisition? Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Maybe they just need to renegotiate the contracts or something. I don't know. Leading the team, plus the fintech plus crypto team at Laser HQ over the last 2 years has been an amazing ride. I'm more excited than ever about how we continue to grow, help teams accelerate their product roadmap. Yeah. Dude, this is great. People should read this because Garrett and team A-Towns over there, they're awesome. They've built probably some, if not many, things you've used in the space. Really solid team. So would recommend them pretty much to anybody. So there's that. All right, here we go. Solflare development update. I'm looking for the best UI UX designer to redesign our payment checkout. Dude, I need to like more crypto shit. We got a little out there. Okay, Fugs heading to ETH mainnet. Things we know about. When your show guest says, "What the hell is going on?" the third time in a row. Hilarious. Anti-fund. That just sounds interesting. All right, let's give it a little refresh. We got a couple minutes on the clock. We're gonna see what's going on here. Oh, I saw this. Micah leaving Claynos. Dude, what a generational run. Things we love to see. I'm excited for whatever Micah gets up to next. So let's see here. Oh, dude, I'm going to dedicate some time, maybe today, we'll see, to trying out Hermes. Is that how you pronounce it? Is it the Birkin bag of AI agent harnesses and Gemma? I just downloaded the biggest Gemma. Nobody does it. I'm just kidding. So yeah, downloaded the biggest gem I could on LM Studio. What's interesting is I'm very curious to see how it stacks up, because I guess it's really targeted towards smaller devices. And like, so I have a very awkward device. It's 64 gigabytes of RAM. Really wish I had sprung for the 128, but so it's not like I'm trying to run my shit on like 16 or 36 gigs of RAM, which I think these models were designed for. So I think a lot of people trying them, it's the first time they've been able to try a local model. So they're like, oh my gosh. As where I've tried other local models that definitely like flex the machine. It's dedicated completely for that. So I can fill up all of the memory on that alone. So I'm very curious to see how it like stacks up to like a Qwen 27B or Qwen 3 Coder Next or something like that. I'm hoping it's much better. Frey says, have a good Friday, y'all. Dude, have a good Friday, Frey. Things we love to see in the chat. You sign in, you sign out. You fucking clock in. Things we love to see. But on that note, Claynos are getting access to records. Cool. Okay, so it is 9 a.m. It is Friday, April 3rd. I hope that everyone has a great weekend. If they do a little Easter egg hunt, may you find some treasures in the gardens, So I hope you have a great time. Ika says, can we start getting paid for being here, or the vibes, the payment? Dude, we like a little incentive alignment here. But the vibes of the payment. Should I start giving out POAPs like Ryan Carson? Was there a scroll with me token when I tried to do it on Pump Fun? Yes. Could that be a way that you could get paid for your time watching here? Maybe. But did Pump Fun fumble the bag with streaming? Also, yes. So there's that. Kuya says POAP me. Dude, maybe we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll vibe it out. Maybe you can collect some clips. I don't know. We'll see. All right. But until next time, I'll see you on the timeline.